Hello everyone and all our Z Global members. So today I'm going to show you this beautiful masterpiece, and it's taken in one of my favorite town. Alright, so it's a small, I can say it's a small village, and it's like a fairy tale village that I've been visit and for many times. So I'm going to show you this one and how I can create the magical moments. Alright, so let me talk about this town. So what is this name? I think maybe some of you guys know this place, and this is Hallstatt. So the Hallstatt is a fairy tale Austrian village. Alright, so if you've been Austrian, and I think Austria has so many beautiful towns, city and village, and Hallstatt is one of my favorites. Alright, so why so beautiful? And I think when you look at the photo and you know the beautiful lake and the Hallstatt lake and also the mountain, and you can see all the beautiful buildings, the buildings built on the mountain, the small hill, and it looks so amazing when I walk around in this town. Right, so it's so beautiful and so peaceful, and you can see from this masterpiece, you can see how peaceful, how lovely, how romantic the photo can tell everything. Right, this also very famous because of Hallstatt is recognized as a World Heritage, the UNESCO World Heritage Village. Okay, so it's a lot of history behind, but today I'm not going to tell what the history of this town. So I'm going to show you how I create this magical moment. So this is my purpose. Alright, so today this is also one of my award-winning shots. Okay, so one of my favorite shots, and also won awards in the international competitions. So let me tell you about the exposure setting here. So you can see here, remember to download your PDF workbook. So inside the PDF workbooks, you can read the diagram, how I shoot, what is the direction of a camera and the lighting, and also you can see how is my camera setting. Right, so remember to download your PDF workbooks. Alright, so what is my exposure setting here? So you can see the first is the 320 seconds. Okay, so the shutter speed is 320 seconds and f10. Alright, f10. So I have a beautiful light and very soft ambience. Okay, very soft ambience for me to shoot these photos. And also I'm using ISO 640. Okay, 640. So it's not very high and it's not like very low because of this is overcast, the weather. So let me tell you about the actual situation here. So I'm using natural lighting to shoot this masterpiece, and the shooting time is around 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so it's 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. So 8 to 9 o'clock morning light, and the weather is overcast, so you can tell it's not so strong, the light, the ambience is not so strong. So I try to make my ISO slightly higher, so that's why I set my ISO to 640. So it's good enough, and it's very good quality from my camera raw file. And I use f10 because I try to capture the details in the whole frames. Okay, and also I use a 320 second for the shutter speed and try to freeze something that moving. Okay, so you can see the two lovely swan in front of my camera. So I'm trying to freeze the magical moment, right? So when shooting, okay, when I shoot the couple and two swans came to the show and they suddenly came in front of my lens, I cannot control the swan, right? And I cannot talk to the swan, but they just happen in front of me, in front of my eyes, and in front of the couple. So something like I call this magical moment. So the swarm came in front of my lens, and they are not doing this at first. So they just walk, they swim, and they walk to the show and walk in front of my camera, and they're trying to do something there, and it's a pair of swarm. It's true, okay? So I noticed that this is something bonus, okay? This is something very wonderful for me and also for the couple, and I think this is something bonus for the couple as well. If I can capture the situation, the story here, and I think this is a very meaningful for the couple, for the wedding couple. So I tell the married couple to keep quiet, because this is very important when the animals you want to get closer to them. So I'm trying to slowly get closer to the swarm, and because I'm using the 14-24 lenses, so I have a super wide angle, so I want to have some impact. So the impacts from the animals, I need them to be close as to my camera, so that you can feel the impact, so the audience can feel how impactful the animal in front of the camera and also the couple is in the frame, right? So I get closer and closer and very quiet, and of course slowly, and I try to tell the couple to make a romantic hug each other and also have a kiss. So, and also I ask them to don't move too much and don't have a big movement, small movement, hugging each other and kissing, and of course be quiet, okay? Very quiet, okay? Just the leg, the you can hear the sound from the mountain, from the lake, from the very peaceful town, Hallstatt town. So, and I stay still, and I hope that the swarm to make a special pose for us. So I keep waiting and waiting, and I keep notice what the swarm doing. So I'm hoping the swarm can make something special for us. But I didn't expect the swarm will make a love shape. Okay, will make a love shape for me to create this kind of so romantic photos. So suddenly after a while, the swarm really make a love shape. Okay, so they make a love shape and face to face, and it's just like a couple behind. All right. So wow, I feel so appreciate and so grateful about the nature, and it's so wonderful. I cannot explain by a words, but I can tell you it's really wonderful at the moment. Okay, and the couple is so appreciate. Okay, and of course, when they do the love shade, my camera shutter immediately capture this precious magical moment. All right, so I think once a lifetime, okay, for me and for the couple, and I never have this kind of photo before for me in photography industry. Been 15 years, okay, so only one. So it's, you can see, is so much precious. Okay, this photo is very precious. Okay, so, and I hope that you have the raw file and you keep for your personal use only. Okay, no selling, no distribute, and no commercial. Okay, this is a legal copyrighted, and also the copyrighted by the couple, and so be remember, right? So special for you guys, for the Z100 Plus class member, so you have this beautiful learning lesson. So I'm going to sharing with you. You can look at the screen here. So there's a before and after. All right, you can see the before here. So just now I mentioned I'm using natural lighting to shoot. So when you look at the natural light here, you can see the face. You can tell the highlight on the face, right? You can see the shadow on the cheek, okay, and also the neck, and you can see how is the details in the highlight, especially the white dress, and also you see the feather of the swarm. So you see the feather of swarm, there's a beautiful details, beautiful layer, and also the lace on the dress. You can tell the details. Okay, so this is what you always need to expose for the highlight. So I want to expose for the highlight because I need all these beautiful details in the highlight. And also a lot of time, I can say more than 90%, okay, something show in the highlight is much more important. Okay, it's much more important than the shadows. So you can see anything in the shadow is less important. Okay, remember this, take note for this. Most of the time, the things and the details in the shadows is less important. Okay, and you can go and look for my few hundred of masterpiece in Facebook. If you go there and check, most of the time the highlight is something that important, something that you need to tell in the photos, something that you need to express. Okay, so be careful the details in the highlight. All right, so that's why I always say expose for highlight. Okay, so your camera setting is expose for highlight. So you can see here, I'm trying to make my highlight is the maximum for my highlight is 3 stop. Okay, 3 stop in the metering. So 3 stop in the metering, that's my maximum. So I can have all the beautiful details. So I can say this is a data. The data I recorded into the raw files. So, and using the raw file is really important. So we record all the important data in the raw file. Okay, so let me show you the histogram. Okay, so you can see the histogram here. So let me go to the so this is here. Okay, we go to develop, and you look at the raw file here. You see something here. So this is, I mentioned just now, this is the highlight. So my dress, my the sky. Okay, you can see the details. You can still see the details, the cloud on the sky, and also the details on the feather of the swan. Okay, so it's right here. It's right here. All right. So nothing touch the edge. Okay, you can see it's nothing touch on the edge. So, and the shadow actually is quite good here. It's perfect. Actually, this is a very perfect exposure setting. So you can see all the data is inside there. And I think the shadows here is the mountain, the forest on the mountain, and also the lake here. Okay, but still you have a beautiful details in the shadows. And because I mentioned just now, this is an overcast weather. So when you have an overcast weather, it's very soft. So it's very good for you to keep all the data, especially the details in the shadow and the details in the highlights. Alright, so let me go step by step how I transform this from the Lightroom and also in Photoshop and to make a beautiful masterpiece. And of course, when we shoot in the camera is already there. Okay, you can see it's one shot here with the swan, love shades. Okay, love shades. Okay, and a beautiful couple hugging each other and kissing, and we have a beautiful background and locations just behind. Let me go through step by step so you can download the raw files and you can follow me. Okay, so it's not difficult. All right, so I try to make it very simple for you guys to understand. Okay, so let me go to the first thing is the shadow and highlight always. So we have the basics in the develop. Okay, so basic in the develop, and this is really important. Especially the first thing, I'm always go to the highlights and shadows. So we have a beautiful details. You can see the details. That's why I'm using the F10. So now you know, because of maybe you ask why you want to use F10 or sometimes you use F2.8. Okay, so because of when we have a subject separately and it's one in front and the other one behind, so the best is try to use a small aperture. All right, use a small aperture because of you have two separate subjects. So when these images happen, you can see you can tell the from the image, the swarm is much more further, okay, in between the couple. So the couple is behind. So I want the couple is the main subject. So they have to be in focus, very sharp for the subjects. So that's my couple. And I don't want to lose the details, and I don't want to have too much blurry for the swarms. So I want to see also the beautiful details. Especially you can see the swarm, the feather is so beautiful. Alright, you can see the highlight and shadows. Perfect. So f10, small aperture. Alright, and let's do it. So I'm going to the highlight here. So I reduce the highlight. So when I reduce the highlight, you can see I have more details, right? More details for the dress. You can see the layer of the feather. Very nice, right? And now I'm going to do the shadows. So actually we have beautiful shadows behind already, and even you can see the suit of the groom. Okay, you can still see the details, okay, from your eyes. So but I still want to make it a little bit higher. Okay, so I'm going to make it a 60, okay, for the shadows. And I think the highlight we do it 90%, negative, okay, negative 90. So this is the highlight and shadows setting in the Lightroom. Okay, so it's not all the pictures going to be the same setting, okay, so it depends. So each picture is different, but I want you to get the mindset, okay, how I do the adjustment of each of my masterpiece. Alright, so the white, so maybe I'm going to do a little bit of white, maybe by 10. Okay, so you can still see the histogram here is still good, okay, everything is in the meter. And now we're going to have a little bit of clarity. So most of the time when I use the natural light, and especially the overcast weather, I'm going to do a little bit of clarity in the Lightroom, okay, because I can make the pictures more solid, okay, more solid and more 3D, and also more contrast. Right, and the next one we go to the color channel. So first thing, I'm going to adjust the skin tone color. Because of the weather is overcast, so my light on the face and the skin tone is not bright enough. So the lighting is not enough, the brightness is not enough. So I'm going to enhance, okay, so in the luminance, okay, in the luminance, and I'm going to orange channel. So you can see here, especially I zoom into the face for you guys to check. So this is the original, and when you go up the luminance, right, so you can see beautiful highlights, okay, beautiful highlights. And it's the saturation is too much sometimes when we increase the luminance. Also when we increase the contrast, so the saturation is going to be increased at the same time. So we're going to desaturate. Okay, so we're going to desaturate around, I think it's more natural, I think -20, okay, -20. Okay, looks more natural, soft. Okay, and we have the background, we have the tree here, you can see the mountain. We have green, orange, yellow, okay, on the mountain. So also we have the leaf, okay. So here we go, yellow channel, okay. So this is yellow channel. We're going to make a little bit higher the saturation, so we have more colorful. Okay, for me, I like to present these photos a little bit warm feeling, okay, because of, you can see the love shade, you can see they are hugging and kissing. So I think it's better to bring out the color, try to match the story here. Lovely story, right? And the hue, for me, I think I'm going to make it a little bit orange here. Okay, and check the luminance. Right, so you can still you can still bring more light. Okay, so I decided to bring a little bit more light, okay, by luminance in the yellow channel. So you can see the before here, you can see a little bit, and after. This is, I make it a 92%. Okay, so I think we can go to 55, 50. Okay, just make it 50 in the luminance. All right, and what about the sky here? What about the sky here? And I think we can go darker a little bit. So we have more. When we darker a little bit, we have more, actually more details. You can see here, this is lighter, this is darker, right? The darker, you can have more details, right? And also the aqua. Let me check the aqua. Okay, a little bit affected. Okay, so maybe 25. So this one I make it minus 50. Right. So I think the orange is 60. So it's easy for you to follow, right? So luminance, orange 60, yellow 50, aqua minus 25, and the blue minus 50, right? Wow, you can see the details here already. So beautiful, right? It's so beautiful. Alright, very simple. Okay, so let me go to, I think, color grading here. I prefer the natural color here, so I don't go for color grading. Okay, so I like to preserve the natural color, especially to bring the whole feeling, to capture the moment, right? So we bring the right moment, the actual moment. Okay, all right. So sharpening here, this is my camera default setting. Okay, so 40. Okay, I don't touch here. Noise reduction, I think we don't need the noise reduction anymore. Okay, this is really good quality here. And lens corrections. All right, so okay, now we go to transform. I want to do the transform because of I see there's a level here. I need to adjust it. Okay, you see the line here. Okay, there's a line. Okay, the line. All right, a little bit. I need to adjust it a little bit. So let me make the upright 2. Okay, so this is the upright 2. So when I have an upright 2, I try to make a horizontal line straight. So I want to make sure my photo is straightened. Okay, and make a horizontal line. So you can see, you cannot make a horizontal line based on the mountain, but you can make a horizontal vertical line. Okay, vertical line or horizontal line, either one, based on the building. Okay, so you have building here. So this is what we can have. Okay. All right. So now the building is straight. The sea level is also very equal. Okay. So this is upright 2. Okay, upright 2. So done. All right. And I think it's good here. Let me see anything here. Constraint clock. Okay, make a constraint clock. Okay, we go to the saturation vibrance here. Okay, there's a vibrance here, so we make a little bit more color. I think by 45. Let me check. 45. Right. Wow, a little bit too much. Okay, so 35. Good. I think 35 is nice. And the saturation of the orange channel is too much as well. So make it minus 30. Okay, because I increase the vibrance. So why increase the vibrance? Because the vibrance more natural. So it give me the result more natural. And if you go for saturation, it's going to be like it's too obvious. Okay, and it's not natural. So I want to be natural, and I don't want like too colorful, like it's a fake. Okay, it's fake color. So I want to have a natural color here. Okay, good. I think So far so good, very nice. And let me check the before after. Okay, so you can see, wow. So this is the before, and after you can see the details. Right, beautiful. You can see the color. Nice. This is how I always feel so happy, so excited when I'm doing the editing, when I do the post-processing. I don't know if you guys have the same feeling with like me. Let me know, okay? Let me know what is the feeling when you do the post-processing. So my feeling is I'm very excited when when I able to create and transform the ordinary to extraordinary, right? So this is how I do it, and I think I show step by step, and I think you can follow. If you cannot follow, you can actually go back, rewind, and playing again and again. Okay, so this is the Lightroom. Okay, so the Lightroom is about the details in the highlight and details in the shadows. Adjusted the exposure. Also, you need to adjust the color tone. Okay, so you can see the color is slightly different here, and you enhance it. Actually you enhance the overall image, the result. Okay, from the raw files. Okay, from the raw files. And yes, you also transform, you fix the camera lens. So if something you need to tilt, make it straight. If the building is go to one side and make it straight, strengthen it, and very simple. Okay, so this is Lightroom. So we're going to export it. Okay, actually you can open right from the Lightroom. Okay, so if you want to go for competitions, if you want to print an enlargement, a huge print, and then hang on the wall, you want a very good quality, you can open just from the Lightroom, like here, edit in Photoshop 2021. Okay, edit in Adobe Photoshop 2021. So let me do another way. Okay, another way is more simple, lighter, especially when your computer is not high spec enough. And I actually recommend you to export to JPEG. Okay, JPEG. And most of the time we are wedding photographers, we shoot like 100 or maybe 500, or sometimes the actual wedding days you can have thousands of photos, right? So you cannot do the hundred of photo, thousand of photo, edit in Photoshop just right from Lightroom. Okay, it's going to make your computer stuck. Okay, is too heavy. The file size is too heavy for us. So we're trying to understand. We need to understand what kind of the photos our customer needs, what they need. So actually they need to print out maybe the 24 by 30 inch frame. I think this is big enough. Okay, and they want to print out in the albums. Okay, so the albums, I think for me, the picture is going to be, the maximum is 12 or maybe 16 inch, right? So is huge enough. Sometimes it's 8 by 10. Okay, 8 by 10. So you don't need actually to use all the PSD file, or maybe open right from Lightroom to Photoshop to do the editing for each images. So you can copy the whole series, make it faster. The workflow have to be faster because we are wedding photographers. We shoot ton of thousands of photos. So you need to be faster in your workflow. So I will going to edit every images, and sometimes the same location I'm going to sync. Okay, sync the same setting. Okay, 10 photos in one series, I use the same setting because the exposure, the camera setting, all the same, right? So, and after that I export to JPEG. So how I export to JPEG here? Okay, export to JPEG. So I need to choose the file. So I'm going to choose the file. Okay, this is the whole start. Okay, whole start. Okay, so I choose here the file. Okay, and you can see the file setting. So this is the most important here. JPEG, okay, and sRGB. Okay, sRGB because of most of the screen from laptop, from desktop, from the projector, from the televisions, the TV, the phone, the smartphone, iPhone. So all the screen is going to display by sRGB only. Okay, so if you use Adobe RGB, if you use Pro Photo RGB, it's going to, you have a off color problem. Okay, so we try to avoid the off color problems, so we change to sRGB. Okay, and the quality, of course, we want to have a maximum quality. The image sizing, I'm using resolution 300. Okay, 300 resolution pixels per inch. Okay, so this is the setting here, very simple, and export. So export to JPEG. That's it, very simple. Okay, very simple. So next we go to Photoshop. All right, the photos from Lightroom, and now we open in Photoshop. So we already convert it to JPEG. So you can check if you want to have the study the data, the camera data. So you can see the file info here. So there's also all the information for you that you can see the camera D5 lenses 14-24 f2.8, focal length 20 mm in 35 mm 20, and exposure, the most important here. Okay, 3/22 f10 and ISO 640. Okay, so manual. So you can see here I always use manual and pattern metering. So very simple here. So this is the basics data, right? Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do in Photoshop. So in Photoshop, we also want to fix something that is not, we are going to, maybe we are missing up and we didn't know how to do in Lightroom, and maybe something that we cannot do in Lightroom, like we need to remove that something that distracting. Okay, so like this. Okay, so example, so if you want to remove this one, we can use the content away, right? So you can use content away, you holding the shift key and place the delete. Okay, holding the shift and place the delete, and you will have this one. So the content here, content away, color adaptations, and this one we don't need to touch. The mood, everything is normal, and opacity 100%. Click OK. So you can immediately see there's the Photoshop will calculate something that try to replace something that you don't want. Okay, so if you don't want this, okay, so you also can ask the Photoshop to replace by content away, right? You can see here. Okay, so if you see something that you don't want, like this one, okay, actually I want to have the leaf on the ground here, is fine, it's fine for me, but something this one, okay, this is what maybe we don't need, right? So I don't know what is that, so I think this one we don't need here, so we can use content away, okay, to remove it. And this is a feather, I think it's fine. Okay, so you can use this one. Okay, so I think in this town, fairy tale beautiful town here, we have nothing much to move. Okay, so I want to sharing something out of post-processing. So I want to tell the composition. So do you know why these images is so easy to do the editing? Because of when I shoot, I have used the very important things in the pre-production. So in pre-productions, I'm actually, first thing is my lighting, the lighting on the subject. Okay, it's not the location, lighting for the subject is really important. The first priority for me, okay, how's the light on the subject? How's the light on the subject? So when I look at the light on the subject here, I decide to use the natural light, and because of, you can see the light on the face is pretty well, right? It's very good. Second is the composition. So I want to share with you the what I'm using this composition. Actually, is nothing here. The swarm, you can see the two swarm in front and the couple is behind, and there's a mountain. You can see the mountain create the triangle. So I want you to look at the mountain here. We have the triangle, and then we have the line. So this is the line, and this is the line. Alright, so you have this triangle. Okay, so you get 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point. 3-pointed triangle. And so the best thing to place your subject is inside the triangle. Alright, inside the triangle is a negative space. Okay, remember, so when you have a triangle here, you have a triangle. So inside the triangle is the negative space. And most of the time, the audience will straight to the point. And if you put the subjects right there, and your subject is going to be the first point to the audience. Okay, first things. Okay, so I think this is very important. You want the audience to look at the subject, okay, to know what is the subject. So you can see the swarm here. The swarm, actually I don't care, because you see there's a line cut the neck of the swarm, right? So actually, because of, I don't care, I just want the swarm to be a decoration. I just want the swarm to be a part of storytelling. So it's a part of storytelling, but it's not the main subject. So my main subject is the couple. So remember, what is your main subject? So make your main subject in the most important area, important space. So the negative space for the main subject. Alright. Okay, let's go to Photoshop here. I want to see what things I want to remove. Okay, content away. Okay, I will try to remove something that's too obvious. Okay, to make it clean a little bit. But actually it's fine here. It's not obvious. It's not so obvious. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, and alright, so I'm trying to study. I will study the photos here. I will try to zoom out. Okay, you see I zoom out, and when I zoom out, I still can see my subject, so it's good. But I see something quite distract. When I zoom out, you can see the swarm. Okay, you can see the subject. So this is right. This is correct. But I also see one small dot here. It's quite bright here. So my eyes go to the swarm, go to the subject, and also go to this. I don't even know what is this, so I need to zoom in. Alright, so there's a building here. So I think I'm going to this one. So the building here, when I zoom out, you see it's distract your subject. So the audience eyes always distract by the building. Okay, so you will look at this. So our eyes always look at something bright. Okay, so I think so. What to improve? How to fix? So we don't want this distract the subject. So we can use the dodge and burn. See the dot here. Okay, so alright, dodge and burn the highlight. Okay, burn the highlight and protect tone. So we try to make it smooth. Okay, make it smooth, and also the mid-tone. So you do not need the buildings so strong, right? So strong, because this is not our main subject, right? So this is not our main subject. You see all these small little things. You can use the burn tool. So I'm using the burn tool. trying to burn it. Okay, so you can check the before after. Okay, check the before after here, right? And you see the building. Another one. So this is how you, when you zoom out again, yes, so now you can focus on the subject. Okay, so now you focus on the subjects. Right, so let's go to the next one. Okay, the next one, I want to reduce the light on the floor here. So you can see this part on the ground is too bright, and I think also here I want to make the subjects and the swarm pop out from the image, pop out from the background. Okay, so I'm going to darken a little bit for the ground. Okay, for the ground. So I'm going to use the selective color, so you can tell what color of this. Okay, what color channel of this? I think the yellow channel. Let me see. Yes, alright, so the yellow channel and also the red channel. Okay, right, that's it. Okay, so yellow and the red, so you can see it's darker. Okay, I think it's good. So now we are going to use a black mask. Try to do the black mask, and we just need to darker the ground. Okay, darker the ground here. So when we darken the ground, we're going to have more focus on the subject, because my subject is white, right? Okay, how about the leaf? All this leaf, okay, we can have the color back from the leaf, so you just need to do a little bit of the you see the erase. Okay, erase. Okay, that's it. Alright, I think it's good, it's fine. So you can check here. So the ground here is darker, and when the ground darker, I can focus more on the subjects and the swarm. Okay, and now I want to create the curve. Okay, I want to make more light on the center part, so your eyes is going to, so if you have more light on the center part, your eyes is going to straight to the part, okay, the brightness part. Okay, so I think it's good here. Let me check. Yes. Okay, it's not too much, like this, slightly. Okay, when you do this, remember not make the highlight drawn out. Okay, so black mask, and then create a big brush here, big brush, and make sure it's 0%. Okay, hardest 0%, so very soft brush. Okay, so we're going to brush. Okay, so you can see here, right? So let me show you. Right, so this is what you can do, right? So make it bigger. Okay, again, let me show you. Right, so and also the swarm here, you can have the brush as well. Right, so when you look at the photos here, let me zoom in. Okay, okay, so can you feel the subject is more light, more attract your eyes? Okay, because of the brightness here. All right, so again, so we can flatten this one. Okay, so now we're going to do the liquefied. Okay, so this is really important because of we use the wide angle to shoot from lower, okay, lower area, so lower angle. So let me show you this one. Okay, so especially for the bright, okay, especially for the bright, so we need to fix a little bit here, a little bit for the dress. Okay, make sure you make it very natural and not obviously when you do the liquify. Okay. Right. Very nice. So we'll do here. Good. Alright, so preview after. Okay, good. So this is what you can do, just a minus adjustment, and you can have a very good result. Okay, so this is liquify. Okay, so now I want to adjust the color. So you can see the swarm here. The swarm neck is a little bit of yellow. I'm trying to make it more white. I was thinking the swarms look white swarm and not too orange and yellow. So I try to make a selective color here, yellow. Reduce the yellow and then reduce the red and increase the light. Increase the light. Right. Okay, so let me check. Yes, right. You can see the yellow is less. Good. Okay, and check any others. Okay, so I can create another one. So let me check again. Reduce. So I just want to make it a pure white swarm. Okay, so this two is the selective color to adjust the neck of the swarm. So make it a black mask. So I try to put in one folder here. So you can see here two selective color in one folder and make a black mask. So now what we do is we can use the erase to erase the masking here, the black mask. So erase the black mask. See? Wow. Okay, let me show another one. Okay, so this one, beautiful, right? Before after. So before after, you can see the color of the swarm, especially the neck here. And if you want to make it more like here, you can do it again. So try to make the swarm look very clean. Okay, look very clean here. Now the swarm is very white. Okay, very white. Okay, so and how's the dress here? So I think we also can do it for the dress if you want. So if your dress has the color cast of yellow on the dress, so you can use this way to fix. So selective color. Right, so you can see here, so this is the masking. This is the masking, so you can see the dress and the swarm, the neck. Okay, so you can use the masking to erase. Alright, so how to check with this one? Okay, so the button below the delete button, okay, just place, okay, just place. Alright, okay, place. Okay, so very simple. And now I'm going to flatten it. So I want to do something to darken again. So I want to show you one secret. Okay, apply image. So how I darken the image. So let me show you the normal way. Okay, not so good way. And you create one new layer and then you use the multiply. So this is going to darken the image, but you can see how the skin tone, the face, the subject. Okay, it's too much. or maybe you can say, okay, I can adjust the opacity like this. Okay, so but still you darker the whole things, the overall images. Okay, so I want to show you this. Okay, so okay, or you can delete this one. Okay, so I want to show you this one. Okay, create the new layers. Okay, and you go to image, apply image, image, apply image. So same things here. Okay, same things here. You have a branding rule, apply, multiply, and you can change the channel. Okay, and also there's a branding mask here. When you click the mask, immediately you have all the details back. Okay, let me show you again without the mask. So this is exactly what I'm showing you, the old way. Okay, the old way. So this is the new way to darken the image. At the same time, you preserve the details in the shadows. So click the mask here. Alright, so you can see here, okay, this is the darker effect but with the details in the shadow. Okay, and you can see I think the color is too much because of the channel here is RGB. So I recommend you to use red channel. Check. So when you use red channel, the skin tone immediately pop up. Okay, it's immediately pop up. Okay, let me show you again. RGB. Okay, this is RGB. So you can see the skin tone is orange and yellow. Okay, so change to red. Change, right? So you can see very obviously the skin tone looks so beautiful and natural, especially the highlight is so nice. Okay, click OK. Okay, so I want you to see, you darken the sky, you darken the everything, even the dress, the highlight, so beautiful. You can see the details on the swan here. You can see the highlight, especially the highlight on the swan dress. Very nice, right? Very nice because of multiply in the apply image. Okay, the multiply in the apply image. Okay, and but is that we are going to keep it like this? No, we are not going to do like this the whole images. Okay, we are going to do a mask here. Okay, so you can try to browse, like I don't want the sky to be so dark like this. Okay, so I want my sky back, I want my mountain back, and also the swan here. I want the highlight on the swan and the cloud. Okay, so you can see here, this is what I want. And the apply image darker actually affected the lower part. Okay, I want to darker the lower part, you can see here. And also the dress and the swan, the feather. Alright, so let me bring back a bit here. This one. Right, and also I think this is nice. Let me bring this one. Alright, so this is what I want to do it. So you can see, okay, this one is too much. Okay, this not the highlight part. Okay, so this is you can have. So it's more when you darken something and you enhance the highlight. So this is the way you can do apply image. Okay, apply image and use the multiply, and remember to take the mask. Okay, take the mask. Okay, the button. Okay, so alright, let me. Okay, I think the dress a little bit too dark here. Let me bring the light back. Okay, for the right. Good. Okay, flattened. Okay, good. So now we're going to create the structure. Okay, let me show you what is the structure. So go to Nib collection here, sharpener pro output sharpener. Nib collection, sharpener output sharpener. So this is the sharpening software to create the sharpening, but we are trying to close the sharpening, but we create the structure. Okay, so you can see the details here, before and after. Whoa, okay, so the details is very strong after you use the structure here. So it's like a clarity in your Lightroom. And local contrast, maybe softer. Okay, and make it softer. Okay, so let's create. Okay. Alright, so Sharpener Pro 3 output sharpener here already. So let me check the before after for you. Before after. Alright, so put a black mask. So what we're going to do is, we don't want the whole structure go for the overall images. We want to just a small part, like a feather of swan. Okay, let me show you this one. So feather of swan. Okay, the swan and the dress. The dress here. Swan here. Okay, maybe the dress here as well. Alright, so you can check. So you have a very strong subject and very beautiful details on the subject. Before, after. Before and after. Okay, so my background remain soft and just nice. Okay, for me, it's just nice. Alright, so flatten. So this is the Sharpener Pro. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to do the Color Effects Pro 4. This one. Okay, so Nib collection Color Effects Pro 4. So inside the Color Effects Pro, there's a lot of presets. So let me show you my favorites. Okay, so you can try to take note of my favorite, or maybe you can print screen. Okay, so here you go. So you can see the star here. So all this star is my favorite. So it's my favorite. And you can see this is Color Effect Pro tonal contrast. Wow. Okay, before, after. This is also very strong, like structure. Okay, I think this is quite beautiful, quite good. But what I'm going to do is, I do it later. I want to do the color here. Alright, so let me show you this one, the close processing. So we go to the close processing, and there's a lot of different kind of presets here, right? So if you did not do your color grading, actually you can have the preset from here. Okay, so it's very, very beautiful. Okay, many choices for you. Okay, so I like the L02 and L03. Let me see which one's better. Okay, L02, L03. I think L03 is good. Maybe highlight, I think it's good. Okay, let me check again. Yes, slightly brightness. Okay, slightly brightness for the face, for the subject, and 2% is fine. Shadow is good. Alright. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, let's create. Okay. Alright, so wow. Okay, good. You can see very clean effects. Very clean effects. Good. Very nice here. Okay, good. So I want to go to a black mask. Okay, black mask. So what I'm going to do is, I just want to have the very very bright. Okay, for the mountain, the sky, and the subjects, the couple and the swan. Okay, just like this. Okay, just like this. Okay, that's good. Alright. So I have very soft and also enough highlight on the bright and the swarm now. So now the next one, I think we go to enhance a bit of color. So I want to use the dodge and burn a little bit. Okay, so to enhance this. Okay, so you can see the mountain here. So we use the dodge and burn to enhance the light on the mountain a little bit. And also you have this one here actually, so you can have a little bit of the light as well. Be careful, don't touch the cloud. Okay, don't touch the cloud, just the forest, just the greenery, the tree. Okay, alright. Okay, so maybe the cloud here, you can have some light also on the top, so you can tell the highlight and shadows on the cloud. Okay. Here. So it's like a very on top is the highlight, so the cloud top is the highlight. So the mountain, let's bring some light there. Okay, good. Beautiful. Okay, so I think it's nice enough. So the next one, very simple. I want to use the lever. Okay, so most of the time at the end of the images of editing, I will do this one, the lever. Okay, and I will make this one darker a little bit. Okay, so you can see this is light darker. Okay, so why I want to do this, because I want to stronger the subjects. So stronger the subjects here, and the swarm. So you can see this is what I want to have the light there, and the other one is I try to darker. Okay, I try to darker. I'm using the lever, so remember this lever, so you see this part. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. So you can check here, so you can darker. Okay, so but this is too much, so you want to do until the audience cannot notice, so something like this. Okay, something like this. Check. So you focus on the subject, on the swarm. Okay, very well, good. Alright, and last part, I'm going to use the tonal contrast. Okay, tonal contrast to enhance a little bit the details. Okay, good. So go to tonal contrast. Alright, so you can see very strong. Okay, the tonal contrast is very strong. So I think this one by 10 is good, and the details, shadows here, the contrast shadows remain no, I think 0. Okay, the highlights I think it's too much, 15. Okay, 15, and the mid-tone I think 25. Okay, and check the before after. Compare, see how. Okay, I think can be a little bit more, so I go for 30% mid-tone contrast, a little bit more. Good, I think it's very nice. Okay, so this one I'm going to make the swarm and also the leaf on the ground, the dress a little bit. but I'm not going to do for the face, okay? Not for the face, because the face is going to be too much, okay? Too contrast. So click OK, and then we go to masking. Right. Okay, good. So now we're going to put a mask. Okay, we use a white mask. Okay, so we just try to remove what we don't want. So we don't want the face, and also the sky here, the mountain, and I think here we don't need, and maybe here, this soft. Okay, check. Wow, good. I love it so much. Okay, and here, one more. Okay, so this is, you see the red one is the masking that I want to protect. I don't want the tonal contrast. So the tonal contrast is gonna affect the dress, the swan, and a little bit of the location. Okay, very nice. Flattened, and check the skin, so we can fix a little bit of skin tone here. Skin retouching. So we're trying to make it clean. Okay, good. And okay, so this is portraiture tree here. Alright, so we're going to use the portraiture tree to do the a little bit of skin retouching. So it's just to smooth the skin. So I use the normal. Okay, so go to read. Okay, let me read the skin first. Skin color. Alright, so it's going to be smoother the skin. Okay, and enhance here. I think the contrast is too much, so let me go back to 0 for the contrast. Nice. Right. The brightness, I think is good enough. Okay, maybe 1 brightness. Alright. So I think you can check the later, the before after. Let me show you here. Okay, so smoother the skin. Okay, so you can see here before, after, before, after. So smooth the skin, and I think the sharpness can a little bit like 7 or 8. Okay, 7 or 8 is fine. Good. Okay, so click OK. So you see here, so this is the masking from the portraiture tree. Alright, so what we're going to do is we just need the face and the skin tone, so we put a black mask. Okay, so we put a black mask here. So what we need is we're going to brush the skin. Okay, we're going to brush the skin. Right, done. Okay, good. So flatten. Let me show the before and after here. So this is from Lightroom. Right, from the Lightroom and Photoshop. Okay. So again, right. So let me go to this one, Lightroom, Photoshop. Okay, so before the Lightroom here, you can see is nice. Okay, the color, everything is good. And you see the light on the face, the details on the dress, in the highlight and shadows. Okay, and also you can have the details in the lace, the feather, very beautiful here. Alright, so this is the photos, the masterpiece, a magical moment. Okay, so you have a very nice composition, place the subjects, and the bonus part is the swarm, right? So beautiful award-winning shot, and you can do it as well. So what are you waiting for? So go and try, look for the couple, look for your clients, and do something like this. Very beautiful shots, beautiful moments, and try to find some locations, or maybe the animals with the couple. I think something more than just a pose, more than just a lighting, is more story. Okay, more story. Tell the moment, express the expressions. So I think this is going to be a meaningful work for your client as well. So go and try, right? So give me some compliment, and if you get a very good point, give me some nice comment as well in the group, or maybe you post to your social media. So let me know you get very good things, and you learn a lot of knowledge and skills, and also the mindset in this lesson. Alright, so I see you in the next photo, next masterpiece, and keep in touch. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Cosmos Awards, why you should enter. 3 reasons. Number 1, the best people putting this on. These guys are the best, internationally acclaimed photographers. Number 2, have you seen the lineup of judges? They are the best in the world, truly the best judges in the world that you can learn from and get critique and feedback from. Number 3, it's the first truly international competition in the world that is not put on by another organization or anything else. It is the best of our community. You should enter. Ciao, ciao. Can't wait to see you win.